After making sure that they were asleep, Draupadi started looking closely at each of the Pandavas. Looking at the sturdy and muscular physique, she was not completely convinced that they were mendicant Brahmins who lived by bearing arms. The bows they were carrying, their weapons in the hut, their body language, their conversations about wars and horses before going to sleep told her they were warriors in disguise. Considering their abilities, it made little sense to her that they were deprived of any wealth. They could conquer every kingdom and be the lord of the earth with the skills if they desired. Why are they leading their lives as forest dwellers? There must be some backstory here, she thought to herself. She then remembered how her father Drupad always mentioned how much he wished to get her married to the third brother of Pandavas. She had a strong gut feeling that the Brahman brothers in disguise could be the Pandavas, and the one she was married to could be Arjun himself. But she did not want to come to any conclusion on whereabouts of those brothers, and especially her husband, because if she expected her husband to be Arjun in disguise, and in reality, if it turned out a poor Brahmin, she would have to blame herself for viewing her own heartbreak through her expectations. What does fate have in store for me? Do I have to marry these 5 men? Do I have to spend my entire life in this congested, unkempt, frail hut serving them? Do I have to endure extreme penury for the remainder of my life? Is this what I am destined to? While she was battling in her head with multiple questions, she could hear a whisper in the hut. Yudhishthir it was. Brother, you won her in Swayamvar, and she is yours. I think you should marry her. It would be unfair to that stranger woman who trusted you and walked with you till here if you do not marry her. Do not dwell too much on the words of our mother, that she said absent mindedly. I will talk to her in the morning, he told Arjun. Brother, I don't think I can do that. Whatever be the case, we cannot disobey mother. Fulfilling her words is our duty of utmost priority as her sons, Arjun replied firmly. Listening to Arjun's words, Draupadi had mixed feelings for him. She was surprised to see such a great warrior who could beat all the Kshatriya princes, including Karna, hands down by displaying such miraculous ability in weaponcraft during Swayamvar, could be so sensitive and obedient to his mother. If he chooses to be selfish and decides not to follow his mother's words, his family would fall apart. Simultaneously, she loathed him a little, thinking, did he even bother to ask my opinion? Am I a lifeless being for him? Is there no respect for my judgment here? Can I not have any desires? Is a woman's love always taken for granted by a man? She had submitted her soul to the great warrior just a few hours ago, only to have it ridiculed by him. She was furious with him. She wanted to find courage and put curtains to the absurd drama by breaking the prevailing silence, saying, I won her legitimately, and she will be mine. She belongs to only me and not anyone else. She desperately wanted Kunti to dismiss her statement and let Arjun alone have her, but she could not see any of it. Frustration and anguish were welling up in her heart, and tears were brimming in her eyes. She then remembered the story she had been hearing from her parents about her birth, of the sacrificial fire of Yajna. She grew up with the confidence that she had taken birth to avenge her father Drupad's insult and destroy the villainous Kauravas. She was brought up as a strong individual with a brave heart, fierce soul, and sharp mind by Drupad. She felt hopeless and all alone in the world, but she tried gathering the courage to make peace with the fact that trusting Arjun as her husband not just meant accepting him, but also his brothers and his mother. It also implied that she might have to obey Kunti's words, be it irrational or illogical. With tears continuing to blur her vision, she could notice that slowly the night's darkness transitioned from absolute pitch dark to almost nothing with a silvery mist visible all around. Had it not been for the chorus of the birds surrounding the hermitage, she would have felt that she was dreaming a nightmare. It was the wildlife around that made her conscious of the dreadful reality she was put in. For a moment, she felt pleasant for being so close to nature, which she was not allowed to do while living as a princess in Drupad's kingdom.